Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 13, Episode 3 of the Timeline, July 28, 2025. Going to our friend's house today to clean and help him run errands, to the stores and such. When I leave, I take the long way, listening to music and enjoying the ride. When I arrive at his house, I clean by dusting, doing the dishes, sweeping, and vacuuming. When I finish, we leave to go to the stores. When he's finished, I get him home to help him put his groceries away, and I soon leave to go home. I will record tomorrow. Have a good night. July 29th, 2025. Thank you, God. Give me the strength to get the episode recorded. I start my day and decide to go to the cemetery. I pull up to Wyatt. I visit with him. I talk to him. And of course, I get tears in my eyes. I take a couple pictures. Then I went to visit Megan, talking to her as I pull up and take a full view picture of Babyland 6th West. Megan's flowers are here, and we do appreciate that. In the second picture is of the southeast headstone, to a glimpse of the top of the rock headstone, and on west to other headstones and the Mother Mary statue. In the third picture, it's of Megan's area west of the existing tree, the tree that is west of the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, where it belongs and has always stood. In the fourth picture, it's of the lineup from the small, newly set-in drain west to the newly set-in headstone. The fifth picture is of the existing tree in the center of the picture. There's a glare of sun rays shining down. There are dislocated headstones also to the south and to the north in this picture. In the next picture, it's a wider view of the existing tree in the center of the picture. More headstones, which are dislocated, are seen in this picture. In the seventh picture, it's the view north of the existing tree, where the headstones that sit south of the tree now used to sit until the floodwater in 2015. When I'm done taking pictures, I sit and look out over the area, knowing of the disruption, knowing of the whole story, and knowing what the pictures show, and still knowing something and saying something. I have to wonder what happened to, if you know something, say something. July 30th, 2025. Emily's podcast airs tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Tribute to All Little Angels. And knowing this, I'm going to stay home and enjoy being in and out of outside. Everyone have a good day. July 31st, 2025. I wake up and I thank God. It's my free day. I'm going to the country to help our friend. When I get there, I sit in my car for a few minutes before going inside. When I do, I say hello to him. I ask him how he's been and I start cleaning. When I'm finished, he wants to go to the stores. We did. Then I help him with his things of carrying them in and putting them away. When I'm done, I tell him goodbye and I leave. On my way home, I drive to the cemetery. At 4:41 p.m., I pull up to Wyatt's area. He has no flowers. I take a couple pictures. Then I pull around to visit Megan. In the first picture, it's of the southeast headstone, the rock headstone, barely seen, headstones to the west, and there are two headstones that does have flowers. The second picture, Megan has her flowers, which we find odd. She has hers and Wyatt doesn't. I take a picture, and in the third picture, Madison has came to the cemetery and is walking toward Megan's area with a white garbage bag. In the fourth picture, it's a partial picture of the full view. Madison is standing near Megan's resting plot, west of the existing tree. In the fifth picture, Madison is removing Megan's flowers, and we will replace both Megan and Wyatt's flowers as soon as we can. In the sixth picture, Madison is sitting Megan's flowers in the small white plastic bag, and it's a full view picture. The next picture, Madison is walking toward the street away from Megan. And in the eighth picture is of the full view of Babyland 6th West area. The sunflowers still sit southwest of the existing tree. In the ninth picture, it's of the small drain lineup from the small newly set in drain to the newly set in headstone. Both set in 2019. In the next picture is of the same. The 11th picture, it's taken south of the existing tree to the north. The 12th picture is of the south of the tree, where it used to be an open area, to the north where the north tree sat at one time, but no more. The 13th picture, it's a close-up picture of the big brown headstone. That is out of place in the cemetery. The headstone that used to sit on the north side of the east-west street and now sits on the south side of the east-west street, as pictures show. In this next picture is of the area taken south between the existing tree and the electrical pole. Another picture, another example of there is no way a tree sat between this existing tree and the electrical pole, making the existing tree the north tree as they portrayed. They are wrong. In the 15th picture, it's of the big rusty old drain, picture taken from the north to the south, and shows now what sits between the existing tree and the electrical pole. Those headstones do not belong where they are. A few do, a lot don't. And in this picture showing the old rusty drain, west of this drain sat the north tree, and it does show in pictures taken before 2015. The headstone south of this tree needs to be sitting north of the existing tree. In the 16th picture, it's a picture more north taken facing south, seeing the same scene, just a wider view. And this is exactly a picture that shows the distance between the south tree, the existing tree, and the pole. Madison and I sit with Megan and Wyatt for a little while. Madison leaves the cemetery. I stay a little longer. I pray to God. I talk with Megan. I talk with Wyatt. Then I leave the cemetery. I head home. When I arrive, I sit to think. I think because I have a feeling to try something else. I talk with my sister Susie about it. She tells me I do have an idea for you, but I'm not going to share it with you until we are about done with 2025's timeline and see where you're at then. I'm quiet, and I thought, okay. And this being August now, I have a few more months before the end of the timeline until we get a conclusion or we just keep moving forward. But either way, the story will still go on. It will still get told. And I thank God for this day and every day. August 1st, 2025, another week. I'm going to fast forward to August 8th, 2025. I've been so busy this past week, I haven't even found time by the end of the day to visit the cemetery. But I did get an episode written and recorded. August 8th, 2025. I went to the cemetery today. It's beautiful weather. Madison and I drove through the cemetery. There are no flowers on the headstones throughout. They must have removed the old flowers to let the new ones be set in. There are 2 or 3 headstones with flowers on already, but they could be the ones that they don't get removed for some reason. We visit and we tell them we will bring them new flowers, and we always say to Megan, hold on to your flowers, baby. And she seems to, even through the rain at times. Or at least I like to believe she does, whether anyone else believes it or not, because there are so many that do. Because I hear and watch so many stories as such of people seeing and hearing from heaven. And I know Megan, I know God and the rest of them are guiding me through this. When Madison and I leave the cemetery, we went to the store and then I take her home. And I went home. After I relax for a little while, I start to write an episode for next week. When I stop writing this evening, I have about halfway written. I can finish tomorrow. August 9th, 2025. I thank God for waking me up. A new day. I clean up some after breakfast and start to write the rest of the episode. Well, not quite. I have all but 3 pages written, and my friend calls. He needs help. So Madison and I went to help, and when we finish, I'm home, and so is she. I work on the last 3 pages of the episode to reread and time it. It is ready to record, and I thank God. And everyone who gives me this space to do this, I thank you. August 10th, 2025. No writing, no recording today. It's a sunny day, so I'm spending time outside. You all have a great day. August 11th, 2025. As I wake up this morning, my thoughts are going a mile a minute. I think, and I take a list in my mind of what has happened, a short version of some of the major occurrences. And in my mind, I think, number 1, they say they cut down a tree. Then the next thought was about years later, and so much time had been wasted on their part, and I cannot say the attorney's part too, to a meeting in January 2019 to red boxes drawn in the grass, pictures to be shown, to later this same year, August 2019, They start the work on the drains in the cemetery after all these years of the cemetery flooding and people complaining, to then finish the work and to set an appointment with my family 2 weeks later to dig Megan's headstone up. To the same evening, we go back out to the cemetery to take pictures of the area and to pick up dirt clumps where they poured the water that was in the casket onto the ground. Megan's, if it is Megan's remains poured onto the ground. And then to find trench auger lines in the grass and ground, and it's shown in pictures. And then we notice on Thanksgiving Day of 2019, they have a new drain in east of Megan's resting place and a new headstone set in west of Megan's resting place. And there is a story of how I notice. Well, Madison and I noticed the lineup. I also had told 3 or 4 people about this before we went to the cemetery of what I was looking for. And my God, oh my gosh, Madison and I both saw it, and we sat and cried. We bawled like babies. And I'm sorry, but they are damn disgusting. And then I think about the little things that still continue, like the plot marker indents in the grass my niece found and took pictures of. I also took pictures and compared to a plot marker in another location of the cemetery. And yes, that's exactly what the indents were meant to be. And then to the small white rocks at the rock headstone. And after all these years, now, little white rocks return. And another reminder, the rock headstone is not in its correct location. This rock headstone used to set west of the south tree, the existing tree, east of Megan's resting place. And then I think, okay, thank you, God. And I start my day. I decide to go for a drive, and I did. It's partly cloudy today, and as I drive, I look up and I see the clouds raining ahead of me. I drive on toward the rain. About an hour later, I turned around and went home. This evening, I sit to relax. August 12th, 2025. It's a day to record, and man, my chest tightens. I pray it will be easy on me, but at times it's more than I can do. But I do it anyway. I have to. Before I record this afternoon and or evening, I went to the cemetery. At 3:28 p.m., I pull into the cemetery and I pull up to Wyatt. I take a picture from the street to see he has no flowers. I visit with him for a short time and I went to visit Megan. The first picture is a full view area picture at Babyland 6th West. There are no flowers here either. In the second picture is of the southeast headstone, barely seeing the rock headstone, and on west to headstones into the Mother Mary statue. In the third picture is of a wider view of the southeast headstone lineup. This picture also shows 2 of the newly set in headstones that were set in after 2019 in what should be an open area. south, and between the existing tree and the electrical pole. Most of these headstones should set north of this existing tree. The existing tree is not shown in this picture. In the fourth picture, it's of the west edge of the small newly set in drain to the black and white Babyland sign, onto the double headstones, to the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign, to the existing tree, to Megan's resting place west of the tree. She has no flowers, as shown in the picture. And then on to headstones in the west and the newly set in headstone, west of the existing tree. There are headstones showing south of the tree and north of the tree. And yet again, the existing tree and the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign are the only two items that has not moved. In the fifth picture, it is of the north of the tree to the headstones that sit now where the north tree sat until 2010-2011. Google Earth. As I finish taking pictures and I sit to overlook Babyland 6th West area, I thought today has been 3 years. Wow, 3 years telling Megan's story on the podcast. Tomorrow, August 13th, 2025, marks a new year. I will continue. When I get home, I eat, I relax, then I begin to record. I did get it, and I thank God. August 13th, 2025. A new beginning of another year, or maybe not. Please help. The episode airs tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. And man, oh man, it's tough on me. The next 2 weeks, I had to take a break on writing and recording. Madison and I did go to the cemetery today. Madison and I placed new flowers on Wyatt and Megan's headstone with a colorful spinner. We visit with him and I take 4 pictures, and then I take one more walking away. Then I pull around to visit Megan. In this first picture is of a full view area, and in the next picture is taken between the southeast headstone and the newly set in headstone, on west to the Mother Mary statue. In the third picture is of Megan's flowers stuck in the ground. She also has the colorful spinner. And the fourth picture is of the same. In the fifth picture, it's taken just south of the existing tree to Megan's flowers, on west to the newly set in headstone and other headstones sitting south. And in this next picture, it's of the same, but the blue and white Babyland 6th West sign is now visible. In the 7th picture is another photo of Megan's flowers close up. And the 8th picture is taken northeast of Megan's flowers, taken south to the Mother Mary statue. And yet again, another picture of Megan's flowers, and on to 9th and 10th picture. The 11th picture is of the southeast headstone to see in the rock headstone out of the grass and onto the headstones in the west to the Mother Mary statue. In this next picture, it is of the lineup from the newly set in drain facing west to the lineup to the newly set in headstone. Other headstones are visible to the south and the north. In the 13th picture, it is of the area north of the existing tree, the north area where the north tree sat until a storm cracked it in half and the city removed it. Thank you for listening. Stay kind with your words.